New York City is often called the City of Dreams, but before it became a skyline, it was built by hands. Hands that came from far away, hands that crossed oceans, hands that carried hope. One of the first great symbols of that American dream was the Brooklyn Bridge. When construction began in 1869, it was one of the most ambitious engineering projects in the world. A bridge connecting Manhattan and Brooklyn, something many people believe was impossible. The work was dangerous. Workers labored inside massive underwater chambers called caissons. The chambers were used to build the bridge foundation deep below the East River. Inside, the pressure was so intense. When workers returned to the surface too quickly, many developed decompression sickness, known at this time as the bends. Some actually became paralyzed. Some died. More than 20 workers lost their lives during construction, but they kept building. Immigrants made up a large portion of the workforce: Irish, German, and other European laborers seeking opportunities in America. Many of them took these dangerous jobs because they had few other options. Even the leadership of the bridge tells a remarkable story. When Chief Engineer Washington Roebling became sick from decompression sickness. His wife, actually, Emily Warren Roblin, stepped in. She learned engineering principles, mathematics, and construction details. She became the communication link between her husband and the workers. Emily Warren Roebling helped oversee the completion of one of the greatest engineering feats in history. In 1883, the Brooklyn Bridge opened to the public. Thousands crossed it on the first day. But soon after, panic spread through a crowd when someone shouted that the bridge was collapsing. A stampede followed and people were injured. To prove the bridge was safe, showman P.T. Barnum marched 21 elephant across in 1884. And to everyone's surprise, the bridge held. But the Brooklyn Bridge holds more than just history above ground. In 2026, workers discovered something unexpected hidden inside the bridge: a secret Cold War bomb shelter. Inside, they found water barrels, medical supplies, and blankets, and even boxes of crackers from 1950s. The shelter had been stocked during the Cold War when fears of nuclear war were at their peak. It was designed to protect people in case of a catastrophic attack. For decades, the room sat hidden, unknown to millions who cross the bridge every year. It is a stark reminder that the Brooklyn Bridge doesn't just carry tragic, it carries history, from immigrant workers risking their lives to Cold War fears hidden inside its walls. The bridge has witnessed a generation of hope, fear, and resilience. And the Brooklyn Bridge became more than just steel and stone. It became a symbol of ambition, a symbol of resilience, and a symbol built by immigrants chasing something better. Nearly 50 years later, during another difficult time in American history, a new symbol began to rise: Rockefeller Center. Construction began in 1930s, right in the middle of the Great Depression. Jobs were scarce, families struggled, but this massive construction project brought work to thousands. Many of those workers were immigrants. Nearby neighborhoods like Spanish Harlem were homes to immigrant communities: Italian families, Irish families, Spanish immigrants, and later Puerto Rican families. These neighborhoods were filled with working class families trying to survive the Great Depression. Fathers walked to job sites early in the morning. Some took trains downtown, others rode crowded streetcars. Many worked long hours building one of the largest private construction projects in American history. Steel workers balanced high above the streets. Laborers hauled materials. Electricians wired buildings that could define the New York skyline. Rockefeller Center wasn't just built with steel, it was built with sacrifice. Then in 1931, something small but meaningful happened. I covered this story before, but I figured I'd bring it up because I want to highlight the sentiment of the division that we see in America. So, construction workers decided to put up a Christmas tree. It wasn't glamorous, it was about 20 feet tall. They decorated with homemade garlands, tin cans, and paper decorations. No cameras, no crowds, no national broadcasts, just workers. Many of them immigrants. creating a moment of hope during one of the hardest times in American history, the Great Depression. That simple act became a tradition, the same tradition that you take your kids to every year. So today, the Rockefeller Center Christmas tree is one of the most famous holiday traditions in the world. Millions gathered in person with their kids. Millions more watch from around the globe. But it started with workers, immigrant workers, Italian workers, Irish workers, families from Spanish Harlem, people trying to find joy in difficult times. They didn't just build buildings, they built tradition. The Brooklyn Bridge connected two boroughs, the Rockefeller tree connected people. Both became the symbol of New York. Both were built during difficult times, both were shaped by immigrants, and both remind us something important. Cities aren't built by landmarks, they are built by people. People who came with hope, people who worked through hardships, people who built something bigger than themselves. The bridge still stands, the tree still shines, and the story of the people who built them continues. So, when we talk about the division in America, we have to really think about who the first ancestors are in America. Now, people are probably going to say, well, they didn't build America. That's fine. It's a good take. Well, then, really think about who built it then. I'll leave it at that.